Hello there traders, and welcome to another update on the market. For today I decided to cover USD versus Canadian dollar. I will speak about the US dollar index, gold market, crude oil and Bitcoin versus US dollar. I will start with the USD versus Canadian dollar first. So basically nothing changed since last few days. Market is still overlapping after the sell-off in the upside cycle, as we defined that in the previous updates. We defined that we have basically an uptrend on a daily time frame. So we got two higher highs and two higher lows, and with a 2 days or 3 days down, and market basically started to rally and then start to overlap and just go by little and little, make a new lows, but with overlapping bars substantially, so we basically got something I call drift. So I expect basically market to rally, at least to retest 1.2890 level, and then eventually to try to reach, and try to test 1.3040. Now, this idea will be valid as long the price is trading above the 1.2713 mark or 710 mark. Because if we clear the lows here, then this idea for the bull side will be negated. So watch for upside and for bullish opportunities on the USD Canadian dollar. Speaking of the US dollar index, right, we can basically say that market had a down day, so the trend downside day, from high to low, and usually after such a big trend day like this yesterday, usually market will slow down in the tempo the very next day, or even try to rotate, try to play around the previous day low, even try to retrace. I can just give you some examples. What happened in the previous, when we had a from high to low, we had a rally day, a very next day, from high to low down day, we had a neutral day. Now this is another from high to low day, so we might see also neutral or some kind of the reaction even to the upside. Another example is this one. We have a down day and reaction to the upside the very next day. Because we're still in up cycle on the USD versus Canadian dollar, this is why on the down days and on the trend down days, market usually either do the consolidation very next day or start to rally. Also important pivot to notice here is at 101.56. It's also this pivot low here, and it's a projected area from here to here. So yeah, it's actually a very important pivot. Speaking of the gold market, yesterday was all about to see if the market can close above this falling 20-day moving average or not. In this case, market didn't close above 20. As you see, market tried and went towards 1865, but basically it closed in the middle of the day, in the middle of the range. Yesterday it's 1853. So definitely we still don't have a close above 20, a falling 20-day moving average. So it still basically can be still corrective rally for at least some kind of the downside potential. So far the day is fully inside the previous day range, but yesterday's rejection of this 1865 and basically the fact that we didn't close above 20-day, that is telling us, in the market closed in the middle of the range, that is telling us that sellers, some group of the sellers stepped in and basically provide this sign of the weakness in a down cycle. So I will not be surprised if we can see some further reaction from sellers and eventual test of the previous day low at 1843. So downside is more preferable according to the current situation. In terms of the crude oil, market is very, very flat. It's still in the heavy sideways, heavy consolidation, and we still need evidence to do we break this 112.90 and eventually try to test 116.40, or we take the low of this bar at 105.10 and eventually trade towards 98.40 or even 93.65. So definitely watch for a breakout this bar range. This bar that created this 3-day range, and then depend on the breakout, watch for directional move after the breakout. And Bitcoin had some sell-off yesterday, but still it's trading in the trading range for more than 10 days. And from my perspective, if if the Bitcoin can break 28,600 mark and sustain below, then that can open the door for 25,500 mark to be the test. If we take the high at 31,500, that eventually can open the door for even prices at 33,000 mark or 35,000 mark. So watch for breakout of this multi-day consolidation. That will be all for this update. I hope that you did enjoy. Trade safe, have a nice day, and speak to you tomorrow morning.